It's the year 1200 in medieval Europe. You've broken your leg. Or maybe you have a nasty infection that needs to be cut out. Surgery is your only option. But there's a huge problem. There's no anesthesia. You're going to feel every single moment. So, how did people back then even begin to deal with the unbearable pain of surgery? Healers and early doctors got creative, using whatever they could find. The most common methods involved things like alcohol, opium, poppies, and the root of the mandrake plant. The goal was to dull the senses, but these were far from perfect solutions. Sometimes, when all else failed, they resorted to a more direct and, frankly, brutal method. A strong blow to the head with a wooden hammer, hoping to knock the patient out cold. Let's look closer at those herbal remedies. A carefully prepared mixture of herbs could potentially relax the body, slow down a person's breathing, and maybe, just maybe, induce a deep sleep. But it was a high-stakes gamble. Give too little, and the patient would remain wide awake and in agony. Give too much, and they might never wake up at all. The line between relief and fatal overdose was terrifyingly thin. It required immense skill and a bit of luck to get the dosage just right. And what about that infamous hammer method? The idea was to cause a temporary concussion, a brief moment of unconsciousness just long enough for the surgeon to do their work. It sounds barbaric, and it was. Even if it worked, the side effects were severe. Patients often woke up with memory loss, severe headaches, vomiting, and blurred vision. Some experienced days of disorientation and confusion. It was a desperate measure for a desperate time. Because these early forms of anesthesia were so unreliable, speed was everything. A surgeon's reputation was built on how fast they could operate. The patient could wake up at any second, screaming and thrashing. Most procedures, from amputations to removing bladder stones, had to be completed in 5 minutes or less. Imagine a surgeon, saw in hand, working against the clock, with a person's life hanging in the balance. It was a high-pressure, chaotic scene. Even if a patient survived the surgery itself, the ordeal was far from over. Recovery was a whole new battle. With no understanding of germs, there were no disinfectants. Wounds often became infected, leading to high fevers, painful swelling, and a slow, agonizing decline. Without effective painkillers, the post-operative period was just as excruciating as the surgery. Survival was never guaranteed. Yet, through all the pain, the risks, and the failures, these ancient healers and surgeons never stopped trying. They were driven by a desire to save lives, even with the limited tools and knowledge they had. Their courage, their willingness to experiment. And yes, even their mistakes were the crucial first steps on a long journey. Every attempt, successful or not, contributed to a growing body of knowledge that eventually led to the safe, effective anesthesia we rely on today. The next time you hear about modern surgery, remember the bravery it took to even begin? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more journeys into the past.